our first question of the night comes from a new listener. Daniel Bird, he sent an email, which if you have a question, go ahead and send your questions to this email, questions@imnerdyd.com. He said, I really enjoyed the Money in the Bank pay-per-view up until the point that Adam Pearce added Theory to the men's match. Do you think that Liv and Theory were the right choices to win the two matches?
All right. So this is a funny question because I spent a lot of time thinking about this. I include myself in this when I say this, but we as fans spend a lot of time complaining about, we see the same matches week in, week out, right? It's rinse and repeat with WWE. Oh, we've seen this match 6 times in a row. We've seen this person win 100 times. And I'm neither a big Liv Morgan, and I guess I'm kind of on the fence with Theory. But if I look at both of the fields, who deserved it more than those two? That would be the question that I ask. Is who deserves it more and who really needed it more than those two people? I get Theory wasn't originally in the match and it was kind of weird to throw him in last minute, but they did it, right?
Yeah.
We got to be honest. Theory represents the future of WWE. Love him, hate him. They're pushing to make him the new John Cena or the new big thing, Roman Reigns. I hate when people compare people to other people, right? Yeah. They're trying to make him the next John Cena. No, they're trying to make him the next face of the WWE. And Theory right now represents the future. Theory provides a very interesting next 6 months in WWE now that he holds the Money in the Bank title, right? If Seth Rollins would have won it, like I predicted, and like, stupidly thinking like he needed it, he doesn't need it. He's won it before. He's cashed in before. He doesn't need it to get back. His path to the championship doesn't need to go through Money in the Bank. But Theory having the Money in the Bank briefcase, it adds a twist on the next 6 months, because is Theory really the guy who's going to take the belt off of Roman Reigns? There's now a possibility that is a situation we run into here in the next 6 months. Or is Theory going to be another case where someone loses a cash in, right? Maybe he cashes in on Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar and he loses at SummerSlam. And then this is all kind of a moot point. We're not worried about this anymore. But like, it just feels like maybe this was the right thing. As much as we all kind of have a nasty taste in our mouth leaving Money in the Bank, it provided parity. It provided situations that we weren't ready for. If Seth Rollins won it, we all assumed Seth Rollins was going to cash it in and beat Roman Reigns. If Riddle won it, we all assumed that was a path that led. We don't know where the path leads with Theory. We really don't. We don't know, is he cashing in the next 3 months, or is he holding on to this till WrestleMania? I mean, there's still the possibility that he holds on to it till WrestleMania and Cody comes back at some point and beats Roman Reigns, and then we get Cody Theory at WrestleMania, which is still a fun situation. So I'm not going to hate this and say it was the wrong move, because when I look at the list of names, Drew McIntyre didn't need it. Sheamus didn't need it. No. Seth Rollins didn't need it. Omos definitely didn't need it. Riddle didn't need it. No, nobody needed this. Theory was an interesting choice. Throwing him at the last minute, maybe it was a last minute decision, but it doesn't, and this definitely all, trust me, was an overreaction to Cody not being in the match, because I think we all knew Cody was going to win this match. But look, he won, and I'm actually interested in what happens in the next 6 months. Now, talking about Liv Morgan to me was right place, right time. We all kind of knew Liv was on this path where the WWE universe was behind her. For what reason, I still don't understand. I don't know what makes Liv so likable that people are just so infatuated with Liv Morgan, but there is an infatuation with Liv Morgan. Dates back to like the pre-WrestleMania when everybody was pitting her and Bianca Belair against each other. I don't understand it, but this Liv winning this Money in the Bank was right place, right time. WWE knew, hey, we can get a moment out of this. We can get a big pop out of this. If Liv wins the ladder match, the crowd will be behind that winner. Becky didn't need to win that. I picked Raquel Rodriguez, who I still think was the long-term best play for WWE. They didn't go there. Shotzi didn't win it. Shotzi is another story we'll talk about later. But Liv won, and you predicted Liv.
I did.
And the crowd's behind Liv, and they popped, and they were excited, and she cried, and she did the big I'm excited thing. But we got to be honest, right? It's a feel-good story, but she's not a long-term champion.
No, I'll agree with you
Liv
on that
Morgan's
one.
not holding on. Best case scenario for Liv Morgan is 2 to 3 months with that belt. That's it. That's the best case scenario. That's the longest Liv Morgan will hold that belt. I don't think she makes it even that far. I think WWE saw the opportunity. Get a cheap pop with her pulling the briefcase down. You get a cheap pop with her taking the belt off of Ronda Rousey. I think they also knew with the possibility that Bayley's coming back soon. I think they knew they did not want to waste Bayley and Ronda Rousey at this point in time. So they needed someone to transition to so they can get that belt back on Bayley as soon as possible. That's just my belief. That's what I think is about to happen. I think Bayley returns, and Bayley is a heel. Bayley will go face-to-face with Liv Morgan. It will drag out a few weeks. I think at SummerSlam, we get Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan. And somehow Liv Morgan will win that match. Possibly Bayley returns and attacks Ronda Rousey. I don't know. There's some way that happens. But I think moving forward, the program that we're going to see is going to be Bayley and Liv Morgan, and I think that it's just a matter of time before Liv Morgan loses that belt. She is not a long-term champion. I also think, though, the problem here is this is going to expose Liv Morgan for everything I've said for the last 6 months. She's going to have to use a microphone, and she can't use a microphone. What she can't do is what she's done now. Night one coming out after winning the belt, she cuts a promo about, I'm so excited. You can't keep cutting that promo. You can't keep cutting a promo telling me how excited you are to be a champion. At a certain point in time, Liv Morgan is going to have to cut a promo that has substance and that matters and that makes people feel something. And I don't know if that's in her. Because I think even more than Bianca Belair, because I say this about Bianca Belair often. I love Bianca Belair, but Bianca Belair's promos become a lot weaker when she has the belt. She's not you got to have a little swag. You got to have a little bit of shit talking as a champion. And Bianca is almost overly positive and friendly. And Liv, on the flip side, is like overly excited about being there. And at a certain point, she's going to have to flip that switch and make us believe I can beat the Baileys. I can beat the Charlottes. I can beat the Becky Lynches. Because from where I'm sitting right now, I don't believe she can do that. And she doesn't give me the confidence that she can do that.